In the thematic category label sexual appetite, that discursive formation associated a certain sexual behavior to characters with a certain degree of corpulence. In the 14 excerpts found, the speech stated that these characters were libidinous, reaching, in some cases, adultery to satisfy their desires. If in the question of beauty were found exclusively statements about women, in this case they were only about men. The idea that burly people are sexually insatiable is quite old, dating back to certain Greco-Roman myths, in which Zeus or Jupiter were associated with this characteristic. In the 20th century, however, this conception reversed in the history of obesity. In France, for example, already in 1922, Henri Biraud published the famous novel Sorrows of a Fat Man, which brings opposite statements about the sexual appetite of fat men. Apparently, however, this inversion had not yet become popular, and in the silent cinema of the time, old concepts can be seen. In all the excerpts found, the thematization was indirect, implicated, due to the body of the actor character. There was a relatively strong tendency to increase the number of occurrences of this theme in the period of silent cinema. To illustrate, 5 excerpts were selected. In the first, from the film Oh, Doctor, by Roscoe Arbuckle, the chubby man plays the role of a doctor, with his wife and son. While watching a horse race, a young lady arrives and sits down next to his wife. He flirts with the girl and finds a way to switch places to stand beside her and be able to flirt better. The woman is quite interested and reciprocal in the flirtation. In all of Arbuckle's films, he preserves the protagonism for himself, with the role of a libidinous lady killer. In the second excerpt, from the 1921 film Hard Luck, by Buster Keaton, the villain, played by a burly actor, acts libidinously with the young lady, who, here, is no longer reciprocal to the big guy's attacks, being more interested in the character Keaton's skinny guy. The third excerpt, from the 1924 German expressionist, Waxworks, by Paul Lini and Leo Byronsky, the burly caliph tries to seduce the village baker's wife using his position and other strategies to satisfy his appetite. The woman at the beginning shows a certain disposition, but when he insinuates a kiss she denies. The fourth and fifth excerpts are from the film Sailors, Beware, from 1927. Hardy acts as a ship's captain, showing himself to be womanizing and libidinous from the beginning. In this first excerpt, receiving the crew of the ship, he treats men and women who present themselves to embark quite unequally. In the second excerpt, the thin uses the fat's libido and sexual appetite against him, to deceive him and escape his pursuit. Therefore, there is still a great sexual appetite, but this has become a weakness to be exploited by the skinny, perceptive, and deceitful. Women are no longer attracted to fat people,